Yeah. I'm doing great. How are you doing, Shane? Yeah, absolutely. And here's the thing, Shane, and all I'm gonna say is one word. Dega. Dega. Right? But anyways, looking back at the beginning of the season, the first track that we hit was Daytona, right? And so Ryan Patty took the win on that one. And then Nathan Finnegan goes on a tear until last week when Brian Smith finally puts it on victory lane. Now, I'm going to be watching Ryan Petty real closely this week. And I'm going to be watching another driver, Travis Gilbert, who has won here in other leagues. But you mentioned Kyle Diaz. Kyle Diaz is not making a whole lot of noise this season. You know, he's been there, just has the bad luck bug beat him. Make sure you catch it. And Shane, YouTube says our sound isn't working, so might want to check that out. Sound isn't working. Sound isn't working. Now it's working. Oh, nonetheless, as the Iracing.com pace car peels off onto the super stretch, and well, we're getting ready to go green flag racing here as Braxton DeWeese, Brian Smith, and then number 8 and 78 car respectively is going to bring it through the tri-oval. Not just yet. The center tri-oval. Down and away. We're back to green flag racing here from Talladega as we go racing. Brian Smith, Braxton DeWeese off to a hot start here as they don't want to get, you know, pulled away too quickly as they're going to go 2x2 inside outside down that long back straightaway. And they are not turning the wheel back and forth to make that. That's how turbulent the air is. Right now, the two distinct lines. Brian Smith's going to take command of the outside lane and command of the race lead here. Braxton DeWeese falling all the way back to 4th. Travis Gilbert just dumped the top line. It's going to go to the bottom line. Ryan Petty going to shove the beneathers out of Brian Smith, and that outside line just isn't strong enough.
All right, I believe I've got my microphone issues corrected. Thank you for the feedback, YouTube chat. Let us know if there's any other issues or if you can hear me now. Yeah, this race already exciting. Bump drafting right up front. Wasting no time. Travis Gilbert, Braxton Deweese, and Jacob Gladulich leading this inside line.
Braxton Deweese just got hung out to dry like yesterday's laundry. And he's got he's like the Beatles song. He wish he had some help from his friends. And now he's up there on the top line. Maybe a strategy move to drop back, and maybe the strategy is to go to the back and avoid all the chaos.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of both. You know, once you get shuffled out, you kind of know that'd be a great time to make that strategy decision, as it's already kind of happening to you.
Sometimes, yeah, I was gonna say, sometimes I think that decision gets made for you. Thank you, Chris Deweese.
Gilbert continuing to lead here on lap 4 ahead of Gladulich. Kyle Diaz now in that third position on the inside line with Adam Ball and Ryan Patty trying to build momentum on the outside.
Well, just as you mentioned, I think you said his name 3 times, and there he is. Adam Ball. Now is it? I was gonna say, is it any shock to see Ryan Patty up there in that number 30 DeWalt machine on the outside?
Not at all. As you mentioned, he picked up that victory at Daytona. He's always a front runner here at Icon. We'll see if he can stay up there until the end.
And just like that inside line losing momentum. The outside line led by Adam Ball. And, we got a card. Okay, the 00 is like gonna jump down to the inside line.
Wasting no time.
Rather. You know, Shane, and that's what I tell people all the time, right? So, I use the analogy of tug of war, right? It's the battle of the 2 lines. And, the other thing too is I believe that you can get, I believe there's good partner, good drafting help, and I believe there's bad help. You'll have the cars that will actually slow you down. As we got the 31 car just heads to the outside line, it's Kevin Gunther.
Yeah, another driver dropping back after getting shuffled out, either by choice or by happenstance.
I like that word. I'm going to use that.
Ooh.
Happenstance. I like it. It looks like Adam Ball, Ryan Patty, and Nathan Finnegan are essentially on a 3-car breakaway.
Yeah, at this point in the race, you're really, just trying to feel out who's going to be a good drafting partner, who's going to be someone who's maybe too aggressive with the bumps. You can see a few cars on the outside line in the wall.
Oh, we're going to say green.
Yeah, it looked like that 81 was one of the first cars involved in that. He's still falling back. That's Evan Patinko.
You take out damage in these cars, and well, you might as well just tie the proverbial parachute to your back bumper, because that's what it's going to feel like for a while.
And this has really spread out the field into a single file line with a gap here between 13th and 14th. Brian Smith, the last car in that lead pack now. Certainly an interesting twist here early on, as we were racing consistently too wide.
Yeah, now we're single filed out, and 120 laps. That's a long ways to go here. So don't get in too much of a hurry. Just log laps. That's really all you need to do. Is make sure you log those laps, and just be patient. I mean, you got 2 stage breaks coming up. So.
That's right. 9 laps in here. We're doing 120 to the checkered flag with stages at 35 and 70. Now the 38 car seems to be dropping back through the field. I think he may be a lap down.
Travis Gilbert doing the I'm gonna bow out strategy.
Yeah, and that gap between the first 13 cars and the next pack is now almost 2 seconds. '23 car leading that second pack. Adam Ball continuing to lead in front of Ryan Patty and Nathan Finnegan up front.
And there you go, Ryan Patty and Nathan Finnegan shoving the bejeebus out of Adam Ball there in that number 19 car.
Pretty calm here so far for the first 10 laps.
Well, I was to say, what they say about these races is, this is just a lead up to the actual race with 10 to go.
Yeah, I think everybody has, a different approach to a race like this. I think everyone walks in and gets in the car thinking, I'm going to be patient and I'm going to take my time. But as I like to say, you can only stare at the same rear bumper for so long before you got to do something.
Wait, who's saying about being patient?
Everyone has high aspirations when it begins, but especially now with that second pack now 4 seconds back between these two. That second pack really needs to get together in line and try to make up some ground on the lead pack, but instead they're too wide. Losing time to that front group. Almost a second a lap slower than the front leader pack.
Yeah, not where you want to be in that second pack right now. But again, we're only on lap 12. These guys know that at lap 30, the field's going to get bunched back up.
And now leading that second pack is the 08 car of Michael Taylor with a nice Talladega Nights throwback paint scheme.
There you go.
Digging that one.
He found a cougar in a car.
Brian Smith has now lost the lead pack. I'm not sure if something happened there. He is now a second and a half behind lead pack, and lucky for him, there is that second group that will catch him and keep him from completely losing the draft.
The thing is when does the second pack finally get to him now?
It's happening pretty fast. He's now 2.5 seconds back from the first pack and 2.5 seconds in front of the second one. There's a third group also that's 3 seconds back behind, starting around 25th. Throw up the track map here. You can see 3 distinct drafting groups and Brian Smith in the 78 sinking back to the second one now. And this can be a dangerous moment here as a fast pack catches a lone car. They have a choice. They can be polite like Michael Taylor's being and kind of join in behind him. Or, you know, you can cut to the outside and try to blow by him. But at this point in the race, I think that's the better choice for everyone involved.
I think that's the most excellent choice for everyone involved.
So we take a look back at the third pack led by Chris Camburn in the 88. Patrick Colby, Brad Delph also back there. Bentley Glazer.
And is that Shane Bentley Glazer's driver that we normally see up in the front, not back here in 29th, but once again, it could be that strategy move that we're talking about.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to miss the big one if it happens this far away from you. But you just got to hope that everybody in this pack is going to play nice and keep the big one from happening back here.
I mean, look, when it strikes, it strikes. It's not a matter of if it strikes, it's a matter of when it strikes.
Yeah, and the way these guys are driving single file makes it really easy to lose the draft. It looks like the 48 and 95 have now lost the front pack. They're drifting back. It doesn't take much with this next-gen car to completely lose the pack in front of you.
Well, at least the front half of the field is playing nice.
I mean, it feels like everyone's been playing nice so far. Just, we had the 81 in the wall, and other than that, not a lot of contact.
I feel like it's almost like calm before the storm. But here we are, halfway through stage number 1 here. Adam Ball continues to lead this front pack as everybody is single filed out, not really making any moves. Here lately, as we are, well, playing follow the leader, and Adam Ball is the leader.
Yeah, we had mentioned earlier the 38 car of Cody Neal was going a lap down pretty early on. I'm seeing in the event tracker he had a black flag just before the race or on that first lap. So I'm not sure if maybe he passed someone on the inside or something right at the start, picked up that black flag, but he is sitting in that lucky dog position 1 lap down.
I was going to say, that could be a blessing in disguise as, well, maybe, you know, right now he's sitting in that lucky dog position. All he's got to do is ride, you know, and not do anything egregious. I mean, once you start making egregious moves, that's when these guys will get spicy on the race radio.
Yeah, at this point, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4 packs of cars and 2 lone cars by themselves in the back. Michael Jennings in the 16. Evan Patinko. And I think at the rate they're going, they're going to be lucky not to lose another lap before the end of this stage without any draft help.
Yeah, and right now these guys are multiple laps down. Evan Patinko on that number 81 car. And I mean, it's going to take one a stage caution, but you start counting the cautions that you're going to need. You start doing math, and you're like, okay, I'm 8 laps down. They need like 10 cautions.
Well, you know you've got 2 with the stage breaks, but you're right. They're going to need some more later. If they have any hope to use that lucky dog and wave around to get caught up. We ride along with Brian Smith in 13th. Leading the third pack, there's 2 cars of John McNeil and Charlie Widener just in front of him. They are slowly drifting back to Brian Smith. Up front, it's the same story. Adam Ball leads Ryan Patty and Nathan Finnegan as they are coming to pit road. It looks like.
Whoa, here we go. Be good, behave. No tire lockups. Well, we had one small one.
We have to watch that. Getting just an inch or so into the grass can get you an unsafe pit entry, potentially.
It's almost guaranteed that it will.
As they're on pit road, Kyle Diaz and Travis Gilbert look to be the only 2 cars out of that lead pack that didn't come down that time. As now John McNeil, Charlie Widener, and Brian Smith, their pack's still out on track. As now we see Gilbert and Diaz coming to pit lane.
You definitely want to come down pit lane with your friends.
And it looks like Chris Camburn picked up a black flag. He might have been that car we saw clip the grass. See if we can get a look at that. Well, it looks like it must have been a speeding on exit penalty for a black flag to come from that. Certainly a disappointment.
They're going to hold him for a while. They're going to hold him for a while.
As Diaz comes back out on track, here come those leaders who pitted a moment ago. Adam Ball will inherit the lead. Now it kind of all the packs have shaken up a little bit, broken into parts. Finnegan leading now a second pack in P3. I imagine they're going to catch those 2 leaders before too long. Now Kyle Diaz just about a second behind them. Travis Gilbert and Zach Lockett in 8th and 9th. Going to pick up the lap car of Patinko here for the drafting, hopefully for everyone. And behind them, everyone is spaced out seconds at a time. Kyle Purcell, John McNeil, Michael Taylor, 77 of Brzezowski now getting a push from Brian Smith. Almost a full half lap spread through the field. A lot of drivers kind of saying, hey, where is everybody? I was hoping for some drafting partners here.
They all ran away.
Finnegan looks to be all by himself on the high line. That 16 car is a lap down. That's Michael Jennings. not for position, but Finnegan able to get back in the draft. There as the 00 is falling back on the outside, trying to find his space in line.
Yeah, right now, we got 5 laps to go to the end of the stage. And Adam Ball continues to lead over Ryan Patty and Nathan Finnegan. Now, Nathan, that little pack that Nathan Finnegan started leading has caught Ryan Petty and Adam Ball, but here we are, just 4 laps away from the end of stage 1. And I tell you what, Shane, this is probably about the cleanest Talladega race I've seen all week.
Yeah, especially on pit entry, a lot cleaner than the NASCAR Cup race earlier this afternoon, as multiple drivers wrecked trying to get to pit road. As always, impressed by the skill and professionalism here at the Icon Cup Series.
Yeah, this is one of those leagues that pride themselves on clean driving every weekend and week out. So there's no surprise that these guys are at the highest skill level here, and that's what I love about this league. Shane, is the professionalism, the courtecy that these guys show each other week in and week out, and they're all about helping each other get better.
Absolutely. Adam Ball continuing to lead in the 19 car. Alan, if you're sitting here in second, you're Ryan Patty. Are you just content to ride second here for the end of the first stage, or are you going to try to shake it up?
Oh, yeah. Look, stages don't mean nothing, doesn't mean anything to me. At 120, at lap 120 of 120 is when I'm making that move. That white flag lap, it's game on. I don't give a rat's behind who's in front of me. I'm one of those people that when it comes down to it, I'm going to push until I see either Jesus or the checkered flag.
Yeah, I don't know if I can resist. If I'm sitting in P2 coming to the stage, I've got to at least give it a shot. Try and get that stage win.
Stage points only add up over so much of the year. Here to go, stage 1. I think Ryan Patty is content with riding behind Adam Ball there and that number 19 car. No one's really making any egregious moves up here in the front of the field.
All right. Well, Patty might be content. What if you're the 16 car, Michael Jennings? You could be able to get a lap back here if you could get in front of the leader knowing that stage is coming. But I don't know if it's worth it to possibly cause an issue for one of these lead lap front-running cars.
Well, he knows he's multiple laps down. And he knows that after Cody Neal gets his lap back, whatever happens in the other 2 stages, well, he's in great position as long as no one else goes a lap down.
Yeah, Cody Neal currently sitting in that lucky dog position. He's at the back of this lead pack. As we come to the end of lap 30. Did we get our numbers mixed up, Alan? It's 35, isn't it? I think we were thinking it was 30 there for a minute.
You're the one driving the boat.
Yes, sir. Third lap 35. My mistake. We've got a few more laps to go here for that stage 1 finish.
That adventure race got you really wadded up today.
It's got me a little tired. We got Kyle Diaz and Travis Gilbert and Zach Lockett are in a second group, about 4 seconds back from the lead pack. And John McNeil and Michael Taylor and a whole bunch more a little further back.
Oh, Michael Taylor having connection issues.
The next group here on track, led by Kevin Gunther, Brock Hersey, and Ethan Vencali behind him. Again, you can see on the track map just now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 distinct groups of cars. Nobody driving by themselves anymore, but those pit stops really spaced everyone out. Now we do have a few cars pulling out of line there. That didn't seem to last too long.
The patience.
Yeah, just trying to see what can you do here to get one extra position.
And that's what 36 other drivers are thinking right now, too. What do I need to do here at the end of this stage?
As Adam Ball gets a little squirrely off the bumper of Ryan Patty. They are pushing hard here on lap 34. Finnegan now jumping in the outside lane. I don't think he's content to ride all the way to the end of this stage.
No, he's jumped out. Nathan Finnegan jumped out. And look who went with him, Cody Neal, trying to get his lap back the hard way. To no avail. He's going to fall back, try not to lose that draft.
Yeah, I think that really hurts Finnegan's momentum, but the 00 is going to do his best to push him.
Oh, that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt. No, 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 no.
Ooh.
And here comes the stage, and gonna be Ryan Patty with the stage win.
Wow, just wait till the last minute to make the move.
Slingshot engage.
Ryan Patty, your stage winner. Stage 1 winner here at Talladega. And with that, we are going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back here with the Icon Cup Series on SRM.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Icon Cup Series on SRM. We are here at the end of the first stage. Drivers making pit stops. The 14 car has inherited the lead at the moment, with Finnegan Myers in the 00 looking to be on that outside lane. Looks like these drivers up front opted for a 2-tire stop to gain some track position. As we saw, if you lose the draft and can't keep up with the leaders, you really have no shot to stay in contention. So track position going to be important here for the rest of the night to set you up to be in position at the end.
Well, yeah, here we are, 2x2. Noah's Ark's out behind that Iracing.com pace cars, Jane. And, you know, you're exactly right here. 37 laps into the history books, and here we are under the stage caution. These guys worked their way down that back straightaway. One driver I can't help but notice, but the rocket Zach Lockett up there in that, you know, work position. He's had a lot of success here at Talladega.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see if the racing stays a little more tightly packed here at Stage 2 than it did in Stage 1. Cody Neal did pick up that lucky dog position. He's back on the lead lap in 29th. As we have 31 cars still on the lead lap. I don't believe anyone has made it to the beer stand yet. Everyone's still on track.
No one has won the race to the beer stand. Look, that's not a race you want to win.
The drivers are rounding through the tri-oval one more time at Talladega. Through the Geico restart zone. Green flag in the air, and we are racing again. Myers getting a really good jump there.
I think we have a developing story right now. If we can flip to Brexton DeWeese back there in that 34th position. Who is... Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the leaders are coming up on him very quickly. A late pit stop. Looks like not back in time for that restart. As up front, Nathan Finnegan trying to take the lead back. Finnegan Myers fighting on the outside with a great push from Kyle Diaz. And they're going to clear the 6 car just barely. So we're 2 by 2 by 2.
I don't want to evoke the announcer's curse, but that move right there almost spoke disaster.
DeWeese just up ahead of our leaders in the high line. Going to try to stay out of the way. I believe that puts the 8 car 2 laps down. And they're 3 wide back there as DeWeese sinks back behind the field. Michael
Taylor with...
Yeah, blinking out a little bit. We've seen that a couple times tonight. Not what you want to see if you're right behind him there, Charlie Widener.
It'd be very frustrating as a driver behind him, especially because you don't know where he's going to respawn. He could respawn inside your car, which will give you a 4X here. Not 4X's, 4X. In other news, my beloved St. Louis Blues beat the Winnipeg Jets today with a score of 5-1.
All right.
To even that series 2-2 piece.
Nathan Finnegan and Kyle Diaz now working together on the bottom lane. You can see these lines kind of come together and then push apart like a rubber band. You just got to watch the timing. It's perfectly safe for 2 cars to get a nice bump draft going, but when you get 3, that car in the middle can get sideways in a hurry.
I mean, if you're that car in the middle, you're pretty much a ping pong ball.
Yeah, everybody just riding along here 2 wide. We've kept it all in one pack. Really
It's like there's a
smooth
car
sailing
back
so
here
far.
towards the back that's trying to form a third line.
47 of Zachary King. Trying to get somebody to come with him. He's got Evan Patinko coming.
Say, who takes the bait? Nope, nope. Gonna think better of it. Jump back in the line. Oh, what a shot he just gave to Cody Neal.
Yeah.
And now he's in no man's land. Cody Neal's got to be careful when he comes back down.
Yeah, we talked about the importance of track position here. Adam Ball was up front. Wasn't quite able to win the stage, but now he's mired back in traffic here about 16th. Nowhere to go, seemingly. King still trying to make that third line go, but no one is coming with him to help.
He needs 3 other Beatles so he can have some help from his friends. Oh, well, there's a sight you don't see every day.
Myers. Down the middle. Everyone kind of shooting to either side of him. That leaves Brian Smith and Nathan Brzezowski up front.
It's that one car, Waylon Turner. Pushing Brian Smith. Former teammate Travis Gilbert right behind him.
Ooh, a couple cars peeking down below that double yellow line. Can be tempting, but you don't want to go down there and have to make a pass and have to give it back.
Well, the outside line single filed out.
You really got some momentum going as the inside line kind of fell apart into 2 lanes. Seemed to divide their momentum in 2 as well, and just not setting them up to compete. Brian Smith is leading in front of Waylon Turner, Travis Gilbert, Ryan Patty, and Charles Van Schaik.
You had Van Schaik on your bingo card leading this race. Here, whoa, hello.
Yeah, a little bit of contact between the 74 and 28. everybody able to keep it straight, but just like that, the inside line comes roaring back. Drivers ducking and diving every which way, trying to figure out which lane is moving right now, because that's where I want to be.
I mean, I want to be a Visa card, but that's not going to happen.
And just as fast as he was going down through the middle all by himself, he's back in the lead. That's Finnegan Myers in the 00. Now we are 3 wide at the front.
Oh, it's coming. This is what traffic at 190 miles an hour looks like at 4 o'clock on rush hour.
Yeah, with 49 laps into this one, everybody suddenly saying, let's go, let's do this thing. I'm here to race. Travis Gilbert now out front thanks to a push from Ryan Patty, and Patty gonna duck to the inside. Whoa, a little bit of contact, but everybody's okay for now. Brzezowski now leading that inside lane. Trying to get his first laps led tonight. Patty and Finnegan now leading the inside lane ahead of Gladulich. Travis Gilbert and Brian Smith in the middle lane. Waylon Turner and Cody Neal leading the outside lane, but the inside lane with the advantage right now.
We'll make that the inside line because the outside line just became the inside line. But here comes Travis Gilbert and Brian Smith trying to lead a charge for a second line. Adam Ball thinking, who do I want to go with?
Our top 10 all within a half second of each other, as we are packed in tight here at Talladega.
I tell you what, though, there is more action in the second stage than a Waffle House at 3 a.m., depending on which one you go to.
You know, one of these days I'm gonna have to put on, you know, my best shirt and go check out your Waffle House. As now Travis Gilbert in that middle lane. He comes back to lead that lap. Oh, but he's going to jump down in front of Patty. That leaves Brian Smith to lead. The outside lane being pushed by Patrick Colby.
Well, as of right now, this whole field is loving, touching, and squeezing.
They're on a journey, that's for sure. And they are single file again at the front. It seems like as soon as we get 3 wide, we go to 2, back to 1, and then back to 2 and 3 wide as different lanes just pick up some momentum. But a few drivers seem to always be at the front. Gilbert, Patty, Finnegan, Gladulich, and Smith. Now your top 5.
Just like that, we're going to settle it back down, boys. Okay, okay. Felt each other out.
pretty calm up here at the front, but they're still too wide. Back in the middle of the pack. Going for a comfortable Sunday drive at 200 miles an hour.
I don't know how comfortable that drive is.
Seems like everybody got that 3-wide racing out of their system for the time being. I hear some wrecking as a caution comes out.
Oh no.
Bentley Glazer involved. Evan Patinko. We've got a whole mess of cars back here. See if we can find out where that started. Oh, it looks like it was up in front of this pack. Oh, a ton of cars involved here.
That was the big one.
Let's see if we can find where it started. Oh, there it is. Whalen, Turner, and Finnegan Myers. And Turner certainly getting the worst of that up on his roof. Collecting a handful of other cars. See if we can see that one more time. Myers coming down to join the inside lane and maybe thought he was clear. Coming down across the nose of Waylon Turner in the 1. And from there, everybody has nowhere to go.
Wow. I mean, Waylon did stick the landing, though.
He did. Looks like he's playing Tony Hawk 2, just grinding the fence. Patrick Colby involved. 32, 52, 48, 47. A lot of drivers caught up in that one. As now everyone on that lead lap coming down pit road. Travis Gilbert going to lead everyone off of pit lane. Followed by Nathan Finnegan and Jacob Gladulich. Looks like almost everyone opting for 2 tires this time around. We saw how that paid off in stage 1.
Tire's not really a huge concern at a place like Talladega.
Certainly not like Atlanta or Daytona. Take a look at the pit stints here. We saw most drivers pit around lap 22 in stage 1. They had just done 20 laps there on that stint. And we have just under 20 laps to go to the end of the stage. So if we stay green, we shouldn't need to come to pit road until that stage break. that beer stand might be getting some action now, Alan.
Who's gonna be first in line to the beer stand? I tell you what, head out to the Midway here at Talladega. Get yourself something hot. Get yourself something cold to drink. As we are, a little ways through stage number 2. Travis Gilbert will continue to lead here. Want to thank everybody for joining us here in the YouTube.com live chat. As always, we welcome Chris DeWeese, rooting on Braxton. Let's see here. Mark Taylor, we're rooting on Michael Taylor. Harry Taylor, how about the number 8 car? Michael Taylor and the 08 car. If you've seen the movie Talladega Nights, you know how fantastic the car is. Nathan Bally rooting on the 16. Take and bake, Mark Taylor says.
Yeah, we've been so clean for 50 laps, and then that one catching a whole load of cars. Now we have, I believe, just 29 drivers on the lead lap.
Well, we have a winner to the beer stand, and that'll be none other than Waylon Turner. Look, someone's got to. It's not a race that you want to win, but someone's got to win it. And tonight, Waylon Turner, you have won the race to the beer stand. You may not notice, but a driver that's been absent for the last couple of weeks, John Ross out of Adrenaline Motorsports, he has a broken wheelbase on his steering wheel, so he's hoping to get that part in, and then he should be back in action by next week. See Iracing.com pace car.
Back to the green flag here. Travis Gilbert gonna lead Nathan Finnegan and Ryan Patty. Getting a pretty good jump there. Not always a great thing at a drafting track, because when those cars catch you, they're probably gonna try to cut around you.
I definitely don't want to be out front.
Patty ducks in behind the 22. The 6 and 14 picking up some speed on the low line as Adam Ball creeps back into the picture. He's now running third on that bottom line. And we're 3 wide already. Brian Smith and Cody Neal cutting to the outside. Getting a push from Brad Delph. And the 87 car of Bentley Glazer breaking his way into the top 15.
Okay, we're halfway in the race.
It's only going to ramp up from here, Alan. Oh, the 17 having to avoid the 95. Cuts down low. Oh, he's able to squeeze back in as Michael Taylor moves up to make room.
How about this story? Cody Neal was a lap down at the end of stage 1. Here we are with 9 to go here in stage number 2, and there he is, battling for the lead here against Nathan Finnegan.
Yeah, showing even when you're a lap down, you can keep a cool head and grab that lucky dog, and you can make your way right back to the front here at Talladega. Ooh, he's squirrely down on that yellow line. Almost clipping the apron, but able to keep it straight. We're 3 wide again. It looks like the 95 and 00 are trying to make the third lane get going. Gunther's going to join them with Michael Taylor as well. As we see this happen, Nathan Finnegan jumps up. He sees that third lane is coming, and he wants to be in the front. Now 3 wide, pretty much the whole field. Finnegan diving to the bottom. This is letting Brian Smith and Cody Neal kind of run away for a minute, but once these guys get back in line, I think they're going to catch them. No problem. There's now the 14 car kind of drifting back in the front of that middle lane.
Just absolutely speechless right now. How clean these guys are running. How hard they're running to the end of the stage. They're not letting up. Oh boy, hang on.
Steve Tuck in the 10 car now making his way into the top 5 for the first time tonight. And the 74 of Sean Purcell in 4th. A couple cars we saw in the back of the pack early on, but they are making their way to the front now. The 95 and 00, they are working hard without much help to keep up with this inside lane.
And that's when you insert Travis Gilbert and Kyle Diaz.
Here we go. That outside lane is a little further back, but they are all tucked up with each other's bumpers getting a run. A little more connected than the inside line. Again, your Nathan Finnegan, Adam Ball, Ryan Patty, Charlie Widener, and Sean Purcell currently your top 5. 5 to go in the stage. We'll see if Ryan Patty can pull the same move again, this time from the 3rd position.
They're behaving at least.
Just waiting to pounce is what it feels like. Widener coming down to the inside lane now. That's going to leave Brian Smith all by his lonesome. And he says, well, I won't leave you out there all by yourself. Let's go.
Oh, look at that move that Travis Gilbert just pulled off.
Yeah, I think this close to the end of the stage, the time for making friends is over. And now's when you make some enemies.
Oh, frenemies.
Drivers you might have worked with a few laps ago, you got to bail to take care of yourself from here on out. Finally, that outside lane almost creeping back to the front with Brian Smith out front.
Mm. Oh, we're slicing and dicing now.
We do have a lap car coming up here that may play into this. They're going to have to leave room for him.
Oh, that's so scary.
It's the 32 of Cody Eldred. That'll put him into the lucky dog position as we come to the stage.
Down that long back straightaway we go. Nathan Finnegan, Adam Ball, Ryan Patty. That's your top three right now. Working lap 69, 68 laps in the history books.
Yeah, normally I would ask, how long do you wait to make your move? But I think we've already seen it from the 30 car. At the end of stage 1, he waited till turn 4 to pull out and throw a side draft on, but Brian Smith not going to wait that long. He gets a bump from the 38. Coming with a head of steam now. Smith dives to the bottom, leaving Cody Neal leading the outside lane with all the momentum. We've got one more lap here in stage 2. Gilbert swings it high. Neal trying to play both lanes, keep either one of them from getting a run. But I don't think he can stop Travis Gilbert, who's now side by side with him.
Only lap 70.
Here they come. Down through the tri-oval. 38-22. Side by side. Oh, a little contact.
Whoa!
It's going to be Gilbert at the line. Winning stage 2. That had me a little nervous right there.
Man, me a lot of nervous right there.
Everybody seems to be okay. Travis Gilbert winning stage 2. With that, we're going to take our next commercial break, and we'll be right back with the Icon Cup Series on SRM. Welcome back to the Icon Cup Series at Talladega. As we've got multiple groups of cars on pit road here at the end of stage 2. Brian Smith was initially our leader after pit stops, but he has come in to top off, as have most of the lead lap cars. A handful did not, including Finnegan Myers, Sean Purcell, and Zachary King. They are now our leaders and will be coming back to green here in a lap or two. A lot of action here tonight at Talladega. Some close calls coming to the finish line, but everybody keeping it straight and keeping it safe.
Well, the lights are out, and we're getting ready to go stage 3 racing. The final stage. Waylon Turner did, in fact, win the race at the beer stand.
Yeah, as we're looking at here, it's going to be, 48 laps from when most of these drivers topped off on fuel to the end. The longest we've seen anyone go so far, I believe, 21 laps, 22 laps for a few drivers. So we might see some drivers conserving fuel here, trying to make it to the end. But right now it's Finnegan Myers and Zachary King bringing us back to green as they come along through the tri-oval one more time at Talladega and through the Geico restart zone. Green flag in the air, and we are racing. And if you're wondering why this restart looks so strange, it's almost single file, it's because all those drivers that came back in to top off will have to start on the inside lane single file. That's going to let our leaders kind of have some breathing room for a few laps. As Myers and Sean Purcell lead us back down the backstretch on that inside lane.
There's our 47 car, Zachary King, who is mired back there in that 4th position.
Myers jumping back and forth, but King doesn't want anything of that. He's going to try to take the lead for himself. This Glazer now making it 3 wide, or thinking about it.
Think about it, he's making it 3 wide. He's had enough of thinking.
Gilbert pushing the 47 up into the lead. We've kind of seen this move all night, where the outside lane gets a good run, they clear themselves, and then they move down. And there they go, and that's going to leave Glazer all by himself. Oh, but Gilbert says, not so fast. I'll take that lead from you. But again, Glazer now hung out to dry on the outside. The 98, Charles Woods said, I'll come up here with you. The field really spaced out here.
Kind of like it was in the first run.
You know, all those wave around cars, or not wave around, pardon me, the guys who topped off and had to start single file, that's twice the distance between them and the leader they would normally have, and it can be tough to make up if you don't catch the right drafting partners. Is now the 2 leaders almost running away with it. It makes me wonder if those 2 guys are fighting for the lead and everyone else maybe watching that fuel gauge, crunching their the numbers to try and make it save fuel. But battling at the front like this, that's not going to help you save any fuel. As Gilbert
No,
now,
in fact, it's gonna.
oh, go ahead.
As I say, in fact, it's gonna let the other cars catch up to you.
And here they come. Got the 81 and 88 coming with a load of steam on the outside, and they're going to go right around Zachary King. Both of those guys laps down and saying, hey, this might be a chance for us to get a lap back. They're certainly not as concerned about fuel as everyone else. They'd much rather get their lap back here. Camburn 2 laps down. Patinko 8 laps down. And he gets one back right there. Oh, but he left his buddy out to dry.
Oh no.
Gilbert doesn't seem to have any problem pushing the 81, knowing he's a lap down. Seems to be willing to help for now.
Well, right now, you know, Evan Patinko is hoping there's a caution comes out right away. Breaking news in the garage area, though.
Tell me more.
Well, the 60 of Ryan Preece and Joey Logano DQ'd
Ooh.
following a post-race inspection at Talladega due to spoiler infraction. Both cars will finish 38th and 39th. I'm sure Penske and Roush Fenway will appeal both of those.
Yeah, interesting to see two different manufacturer cars, or not manufacturer, but two different teams. Or no, is Preece, where is Preece racing these days?
Roush Fenway.
That's right. Okay, so they're still Fords. I guess they're trying to cheat together then. Kind of look back through the field here. Just a lot of single file fuel saving. Take a look back. Brian Smith in 10th. Kind of separated from the front pack a little bit. Yeah, like we mentioned, I think at this point the chess move in the race is to save fuel and try to skip that green flag pit stop. Make this a one-stop race.
Checking up in the other sports news, the Cardinals dropped the game today to the Brewers 7-1. Let's see here. The Philadelphia Phillies and the Chicago Cubs, the lovable losers, are knotted up at 1 run apiece here in the top of the 10th at Wrigley Field. Go Phillies. While the Dodgers have dropped today's game against the Padres 9-2 against the Pirates, rather, and the the Braves fall to the Diamondbacks 6-4, and the San Diego Padres fall to the Tampa Bay Rays.
Meanwhile, Brian Smith jumped to the outside and brought some friends with him. He's going to take the lead away from Travis Gilbert. And Camburn is going to get his lap back, hopefully. Maybe his payback for helping Smith get up there.
I don't know. You really need some help there.
Yeah.
Maybe if he pulls out a line, he can get Zachary King to go with him.
Yeah, King back up front as well. There's now Cody Neal coming on the outside. And Anthony Teseo now making his way into the top 5. Looks like
I love the drum shot.
nice, sharp looking Vans used cars paint scheme there on the 15. You see Cody Neal making a move around Brian Smith on the outside. Zachary King is your leader. Getting a push from Evan Patinko. .38 and 15, trying to make that outside lane work.
Maybe.
Not going to get there that time, but Brian Smith jumps up there with them.
Brock Hersey on pit road.
King gonna jump up to join the outside lane with him as Brian Smith pushes him ahead of Patinko and Camburn. Again, both the 81 and 88 are a lap down. King trying to use them as drafting partners on the bottom while Brian Smith gets a shove from Cody Neal. Travis Gilbert follows them both. Seemed like King really lost some speed there and had to back off. They're now getting too wide, a little further back in the pack.
Michael Taylor still being plagued by the connection issues.
Yes, he is. It's not what you want to see if you're any of these drivers just behind him. Teseo now dropping back a few spots.
And it's almost like it's come full circle.
It's now Nathan Finnegan working with Kevin Gunther to try and get up there. Adam Ball right behind him. Why don't we jump on board with Nathan? Watch him try to chase down these leaders. Looks like he's going to get a run here on the backstretch. And then just casually lift out of the throttle. You can tell he's still trying to save fuel. Just being slow and steady.
Let's say he's just riding around. He's not doing anything egregious.
Up front, it remains Brian Smith, Cody Neal, and Travis Gilbert. It's now Michael Taylor making his way into the top 5.
We're getting there. We still have a long way to go, though.
As I mentioned earlier, I think the longest fuel run we've seen anyone do so far today is 22. As we're looking at the length of this stint right now, most of these drivers 17 laps since they've pitted. A few of them did not come down to top off their tank. They are 18 laps into this run. So we expect to see drivers pitting probably in the next 5 laps or so. And that, I mean, by my numbers, I don't think that's quite going to get you to the finish on one more stop. So we'll see how much they've been able to save.
I think if you're Brian Smith, you're the fuel pig right now.
You can see the entire field single file right now.
Well, if you had Brian Smith and Cody Neal up in the front on your bingo card,
then you're probably doing pretty well.
I mean, yeah.
Everybody trying to save as much as they can. Like I said, most of these drivers last pitted on lap 72. That would be 48 laps to the finish. Plus 1 pacing lap there before the restart. But they're probably going to need to make it to lap 96 to be able to make it on one stop on the same fuel mileage. 4 laps from now would be the target. As they come up on another lap car who's going to stay high out of the way. It's the 32 of Cody Eldred, now 2 laps down. That puts the 88 of Chris Camburn now in the lucky dog position. He's 2 laps down, but he is the first car any laps down. So he's probably got his fingers crossed for a little caution here.
I mean, he's definitely hoping for one.
But yeah, usually the only time you see the whole field single file is under caution. But everybody trying to take it easy, make sure they can make it to the finish. Again, I think lap 96 is your target. If you can make it there, then you'll be able to make it to the end on the same type of fuel strategy. But Alan, I'd love to save just a little bit more so that at the end of the race I have something to work with.
I mean, right now, you'd want to be the 3rd car in line. You'd want to be in Travis Gilbert's spot. Now, you know there's going to be 2 more stops in this run unless that top off can get him to that, what could be the money stop. Right now, I think Travis Gilbert's probably got the best seat in the house right now. Then again, they're thinking if we can get to lap 100, then it's a 20-lap run, and that should get them to the end of the race.
Yeah, I think with 20 laps you could run. You wouldn't even have to save too much. As right now they have made it 23 laps. Oh, Patinko coming down. Camburn coming down. All of our lead lappers still out there. As we have a couple lap cars coming back onto the track after pitting.
I think that's what these guys up here in the front are wanting to do. Get to lap 100 and make a 20-lap shootout out of it.
Yeah, as Neil gets a little squirrely behind Smith. And here they come, they're looking.
And I don't even know why I try.
Whoa, locking it up.
We got tire lock up.
Is that the 15?
We got tire lock up. That is a 15 car.
Looks like they're going to be okay. That leaves Nathan Finnegan, Kevin Gunther, Adam Ball still out there. Able to get at least one more lap out of this run. There are 11 cars that have not pitted yet. Everyone else on the lead lap came in that last time by.
This time by it's going to be... There we go, the rest of them.
Here they come.
Oh, that was close.
See another couple more tire lockups. Everyone looking okay, though. As they come down. That's going to leave... There's actually one car hasn't pitted yet. Charlie Widener. Not sure what happened there, but I believe of everyone that has pitted, the leader is going to be Michael Taylor. And we'll see where the other leaders merge back in with them. We see Finnegan and Patty getting up to speed. And here comes Michael Taylor up behind him. Looks like they're all going to come together about the same spot as Michael Taylor now coming on the outside.
Okay, okay. Yeah, we can dig that.
Yeah, not too bad for everyone who pitted on either of those laps. Widener now making his way to pit road. Oh, as we've got a spin.
Oh, Mr. Finnegan!
In the grass.
Through the grass.
And our fourth caution of the night is out.
Oh, no. Tough break for Nathan Finnegan.
Let's take a quick look back at that one.
I believe that one was a little bit of net code, maybe?
Ooh.
Oh, no, it was a bad push.
Let's see. That's Ryan Patty. Maybe we can ride along with him and see what happened. Oh, the bump. I think you're right. A little bit of net code. The bumper cover flew off even before the push.
Oh, the things that make you want to go, ugh.
Yeah, not what we wanted to see. There for Finnegan. He's still riding along without any bumper cover. I assume he'll be coming to pit road to get some repairs.
It might be just cosmetic at best. Nothing looks too bent out of shape on that number 6 car.
As now
That's all field.
everyone coming down except the 48 car. I'm guessing everybody would rather be more comfortable on fuel than have to worry about it, but John McNeil is going to stay out. And, you know, if you're shutting off the ignition here under caution, you're probably saving a good bit. As we saw people making it 44, 45, and 46 laps on fuel. Or, sorry, 26 laps on fuel. So 20 from here on out shouldn't be a problem. As Michael Taylor is going to lead the cars off of pit road and file into that P2 spot.
Braxton DeWeese might get one of his laps back.
I think he would have if McNeil hadn't stayed out.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That can be a heartbreaker. Yeah, both DeWeese and Jennings stayed out there, maybe hoping to get their lap back. And they were both down pit road on lap 90 and 92, so I don't think they can make it here on fuel. They're kind of stuck in a awkward position here where they're going to have to skip the pit stop and hope for another quick caution. Nathan Finnegan still on pit road getting those repairs done. Looks like this is going to put him a lap down. There comes DeWeese down pit lane. A few other cars coming down to top off maybe, or get some repairs finished up. With 20 laps to go, I don't think we're going to see as much single file fuel savings as we saw just before this.
Oh no, we're going to take the gloves off now.
Let me take a look at who's been leading the most today. Adam Ball has led 29 laps. Travis Gobert, 19. Brian Smith, 16. And Nathan Finnegan, who we just saw involved in that spin, he's led 10. A handful of other drivers have led 2 or 3 laps, but those have been the dominant names so far today. As far as biggest movers, Cody Neal, sitting in P3, is up 27 positions from where he started tonight.
20 laps ago, we have a 20-lap shootout here at Talladega to decide this one. That iRacing.com pace car has everybody 2x2 Noah's Ark style behind that nut behind the pace truck here. As the iRacing.com pace truck gets ready to pull off onto the apron and exit stage right, or stage left rather. The field will be in the hands of Taylor and McNeil as they come through the Geico restart zone. Shane, do you know why the flag stands down at the end of the tri-hole, not in the middle?
I can't recall at the moment, no.
Because Big Bill France wanted to sell more seats at the end, outside of the tri-hole, and John McNeil and Michael Taylor bring the field back to green flag racing.
Well, I think his planned work, as at least here in the virtual Talladega Speedway, it is a sold-out crowd. Michael Taylor diving to the bottom to take the lead. Being pushed by Brian Smith and Cody Neal. Ryan Patty right behind him. McNeil trying to get the outside lane going.
They got to play nice for 19 more laps.
Well, they don't have to, but we hope they will.
$18 laps to go. I really think Ryan Patty, I still think I believe he's going to be the front runner here.
Yeah, led a lot of laps. Just kind of lurking there. Or sorry, he's led 3 laps here tonight and been lurking. Waiting to make his move like he did at the end of stage 1. Will he be able to do it at the finish?
Well, now you can throw fuel strategy out the window. That's all on the drivers. The crew have done their jobs. It's all up to the quarterback of the team, and that's the 26 drivers that are still out here racing.
Yeah, we got one car on the high side, but nobody wants to go with him. That's the 72 of Brad Delph. Ooh, a little bit of contact there between Diaz and Purcell. No harm, no foul.
Remember, you want to be patient? No more patience.
Yeah, the doctor's office is closed for the day. No more patience, please. Glad I got you with that one. Ooh, Gunther tried to go down, and Teseo said, no thanks, I think I'll keep my spot in line.
And they're all scrambling.
As that forces some 3 wide back here in the middle of the pack. Gilbert making his way up. Looks like he might have collected just a little bit of damage there on that last caution. His pit stop was longer than usual, 22 seconds. But he's making up for it now.
Travis Gilbert definitely trying to be the show. With just 15 long laps left to go.
Ooh, as the 77 gets squirrely off his nose. That's Adam Ball making it 3 wide. No help up top. And here comes Bentley Glazer and Nathan Finnegan. Finnegan was able to get those repairs done without losing a lap.
There goes the 00 car.
Yeah, that's Finnegan Myers. We've been talking about that 00 a lot tonight.
Well, I tell you what, we're trying to unfuse a ticking time bomb.
As now the 3rd lane gets rolling. They're 3 wide back here around 13th. There's a 7-car breakaway down low. Michael Taylor leading that inside lane. For 12 laps to go, they look pretty calm up here.
Oh, look, we're about to get ready to go to the north side of crazy.
Adam Ball now all the way back to 23rd. Not sure what happened to him. He was up there just a few laps ago. With Brian Smith in P2, Cody Neal P3. I'm sure both of those drivers just starting to play head games with each other, trying to decide, when do I make my move? Who's going to come with me if I make it, pull out to the outside?
Well, here comes Travis Gilbert trying to get something going on that outside line.
It's the 93 car, Zach Lockett, going a lap down. Oh, we've got some contact back there. Gunther going around, and the caution is out.
Been again caught a little piece of action.
Go catch that one real quick. Well, it looks like Gunther is already down off the track after contact with Gilbert.
Oh, no.
And there's really nothing he can do at that point. Going that fast, you got a wheel in the grass. There's no safe way to get back up onto the track in front of everyone. And we talked about this earlier in the race, that when 3 cars bump draft at the same time, like Gilbert does here, that you can get sideways in a hurry. And that looks to be exactly what happened, as Ryan Patty was pushing him, and he's on the bumper of the car in front of him. For as many cars as that was, there wasn't all that much damage. Hopefully everyone's able to get some repairs done if they need them. Michael Taylor still out front in that 08 car. We mentioned that Waylon Turner was the first to the beer stand tonight, but he also made that paint scheme for Michael Taylor, I believe. So we hope he's able to admire his work from the beer stand, if that's where he is.
I believe that's where he's at.
Taylor has now led 12 laps in tonight's race. Hoping to get 9 more. Nine laps to go here at Talladega. Michael Taylor leads Brian Smith, Cody Neal, John McNeil, Kyle Diaz, Finnegan Myers, Travis Gilbert, Ryan Patty, Brad Delphin, Anthony Teseo are your top 10. Again, almost everyone pitted on lap 99 and should be able to make it on fuel. And while we've seen a lot of familiar names all season long, Brian Smith, Nathan Finnegan, Ryan Patty, and others, this is one of those wild card races where if you don't have the speed at a mile and a half, or maybe you don't have the braking skill at the short tracks, this is one where you can check that box and get your way into the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. You bring up a really good point there. It takes, some people say this is like a draw type race or an equalizer. And I agree with that 100%, but it also takes a little bit of skill to race here at Talladega too.
Absolutely. And having some friends or teammates doesn't hurt either.
Wait, we got friends and teammates?
All right. Maybe at least when the race started we did.
I mean, we're going to come back to green with 7 to go. I feel like your frenemies are, quickly dwindling. Now, if you're Brian Smith, you want that 38 car Cody Neal right behind you.
Coming around again. Going to be 7 to go at the line. You just have to wait and see who has the skill and the luck to win the Talladega 300. Here with the Icon Cup Series. Coming out of turn 4. Michael Taylor going to lead them back to the start one more time. Brian Smith on his inside. Barney holding that green flag in the air. We are going green here at Talladega one more time. Green flag in the air, and we are racing. Taylor going to jump down to the inside almost immediately. We've seen that outside lane kind of leapfrog down in front of the inside lane all night long. Now the outside lane gets a huge push.
Who's going to take the inside lane now? There they go, right, Petty. Oh, wow, the L3 jumped down.
Squeezed it in. John McNeil leading the field. Remember, he got that track position by staying out on that caution back on lap 99. And he's been able to stay up front ever since. Now down in front of Kyle Diaz. With Finnegan Myers pushing on the outside. Oh, Teseo into the wall.
Oh. No harm, no foul.
Oh, there comes the foul.
It happened.
We got Camburn in the wall. No caution yet.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to leave McNeil and Diaz to battle it out.
Yeah, Iracing seems content to let this one go.
That's all right.
Ooh, 3 wide for third. McNeil and Patty leading the field back to... Oh, as we got the cars around.
Multiple players in this one.
Oh. Finnegan slow and involved. See if we can back up and see where this one started. Looks like they're 4 wide with Michael Taylor down low. As they're heading down the backstretch. Oh, it looked like maybe the 00 and the 52 made some contact to start. Kind of too close to tell with them 4 wide like that.
Look at Travis Gilbert in a 22 car. He just moseyed on past everybody.
We'll see if the chopper view has a better look at this one. As we're 4 wide, Taylor way down low. And he's got to find his way back up. Oh, the 52 maybe off the nose of the 72. Might have gotten that one started. Maybe we'll watch from Brad's cockpit view, see if we see anything different. Oh, that... Yeah, it looked like the 52 had to check up in traffic. And by then, they were already side by side with no room to get back going straight. And that was our 6th caution of the night. 2 of those being stages, but our 4th accident, and very few of these accidents have been a small number of cars. Talladega always close quarters battles result in high car counts. Nathan Finnegan just can't catch a break. 00 Finnegan Myers caught up in that one as well. We saw him running up front all night long. And that leads.
That's going to trigger overtime.
It's yeah, looks like it will. That'll be our first green-white checker of the night. We will do up to 3 if we need them. All right, Alan, it's been all race. You tried to be patient. You tried to save fuel. You tried to be smart. You tried to be nice. What are you trying to be now?
This is the point where we're going to mash the gas, and we're going to push until we see the checkered flag or Jesus.
Sometimes
if you're
that's the
Ryan
only
Patty,
option.
If you're Ryan Patty, you got to get the whole shot coming into the green flag. No bones about it. And then you got to make that car 5 wide.
Yeah, I'll just be curious to see how many lines we get. We've seen every line be dominant at different points of the race. But it sure feels like that inside line just is not where you want to be. the outside lanes get such a good run, and then they just leapfrog down in front of you and leave you nowhere to go. And the lights are now out on the Iracing pace car. John McNeil and Ryan Patty will be your front row as we come down for the finish of the 10th race of this season, the Icon Cup Series.
Three laps to go. Now, you could be in Kyle Diaz's spot and, well...
Yeah, I'm not
Just
really
push
sure where
the-
I want to be right here. You're going to get a bit of a jump being the leader, but I don't know if I like the inside line.
I do like the outside line. The outside line got way better launches.
.25 car still on the lead lap. Handful of those drivers in the back coming off pit road with lengthy repairs, trying to salvage something out of their day.
Here we go, 3-lap shootout coming your way. McNeil, Patty on the front row to the Geico restart zone. We are back to green flag racing here with a 3-lap shootout. And away we go.
Patty getting a decent start there. Going to stay side by side with McNeil. And Cody Neal pushing him as hard as he can. And again, we see these 3 cars on the bottom, bumper to bumper to bumper, and they're going to have to keep that straight as Kyle Diaz is in the middle. Everything seems to be working so far. Oh, there it goes.
Oh, no!
Cody Neal goes around.
We're going to stay green.
What a save.
2 to go. Popsicle sticks are in the air. Oh, we're racing back to checkers.
Yeah, this is the final lap.
Don't make the move yet. Don't make the move yet.
Oh, contact there for Smith and Patty. He's going to lose a few positions.
He's going to save it. It's tonight the night that John McNeil breaks through. Talladega is going to the outside.
Oh, Smith tried to come back down, but not enough room.
Talladega. Here he comes to the... No!
Oh, my.
John McNeil going to hang on and take Talladega.
Oh, Diaz spun coming out of turn 4. As John McNeil takes the victory.
A Thatcher, Arizona native.
Wowza. Let's go back and try to unpack all that. Kyle Diaz certainly not getting the finish he was looking for. Oh. Just missing pit wall, too. Come down. Not too much damage, but losing all those positions. certainly a shame for him. It just looked like he's getting pushed from Smith, and Smith is trying to squeeze his way down in front of the 48. They're able to do that. And then Smith dives all the way to the bottom. I don't think Diaz was expecting him to get underneath him, and by then it's too late. They're both committed to the bottom lane, and there's just not enough room. John McNeil burning it down on the front stretch, celebrating that win. Let's see who we can get up in the booth for us. Brzezowski bringing it home in third. Alan, I'll let you talk to the 77 car. Nathan, Shane, and Alan in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do, man.
Man, what a finish to that race. Looking to bring it home 2 more spots to the good, but here you are on the podium. Take us through that last lap and what was going through your mind.
Well, John McNeil's my teammate, so I know I had to push him no matter what. And I didn't know that the Brian Smith and his teammate had wrecked out in front of me, so I was just pushing John McNeil for basically no reason. Then I heard that he won, so, pretty happy about that.
Yeah, absolutely. But nonetheless, good race here. And, so here we are. What's the plan for the rest of the season here? Are you gonna be like just aggressive here, knowing that you got the podium, or what's it gonna take to be back on the podium again?
A lot of practice. This is one of the better leagues in iRacing, so you really are gonna have to practice a lot. But yeah, I just say being aggressive and doing everything you can to give yourself a chance. I'm more of a road course racer, so that's where I'm probably gonna show my best hand at, but just being aggressive anywhere for any chance you can take.
And before you get you out of here, is there anybody that you want to help that you want to thank to help get you here tonight?
Zach Lockett, Team Adrenaline, everybody. I had to put down my dog this week, so I kind of dedicate this podium to him. So, yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations on the 3rd place finish. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, man.
All right, let's see if we can get Johnny Hamby in here. Johnny, you got Shane and Alan in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Tell us about that finish from your point of view.
I was just telling John, I haven't run these cars on a super speedway in a while. I spent half the race figuring out how to stay with the pack. A couple of moves later and a lucky caution and getting up towards into the top 10. The rest of it, honestly, was just everybody else spinning out. You had 2 or 3 of them there, 2 cars at a time, spinning out with no cautions, which was lucky. And just came down to me. I was trying to side draft John a little bit, but I had no help behind me. Just completely surprised, shocked to even be second. But that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, we saw you gain 32 positions on the day, so you just told us about the finish. Tell us how you even got in position to be there at the finish.
Some of us had missed, dropped off the lead pack. That one of those cautions there with about 13 to go or so got me back up. A couple of good moves, just a couple of right moves at the right time, inside, outside, to get into the top 10. And then it's just at that point what you got. You got help and you got luck or you don't. So that's basically what it was.
Well, hey, you got it done either way, up on the podium in P2. Congratulations. Who you need to thank and give some shout outs to?
I'd like to thank all my teammates with Highline. This was just me and Charlie running, but we got a couple of guys helping with spotting and crew chiefing, and Heath Smith and Mike Milfelt. Like to thank the league, the guys that put this on. I'm not able to race a lot, but when I do, I have an absolute blast because it's a tough league. And if you finish good here, you've done something. So I really appreciate the guys from Icon.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations again, and we'll see you next week or whenever you're able to make another race here.
I'll be around. Thanks, man.
All right, have a good one.
You too.
All right, and now our winner, John McNeil.
John,
How are you guys?
man, you are the man here, winning in dramatic fashion. But here
Holy
you are,
crap.
you outplayed, out strategized, and even outwitted the rest of the 37 car field. Take it through that last lap, and when you realize that you had this thing pretty much sewed up.
It was so crazy there coming to that last lap because I knew that I didn't really have any friends around here, right? This is my first season in this league, right? You know, I try to be nice to people around and whatever, but a lot of people just don't really know who I am very well, right? And so they're going to stick with people that they know. And so my strategy throughout practice and the race is try to make some friends and know who I can work with and kind of know the teams that aren't going to work with me. And so I was kind of in a situation where I had a lot of people with other teammates around. So I knew that I was in trouble, except for Nate being, oh gosh, Nate being in that pack with me. So coming to the line, I knew I was kind of a sitting duck, but I had to sit wherever Nate could get to me. And dude, it played out perfectly. And holy cow, what a run. Johnny Hamlin, he gave me a run there.
Yeah, now we move on to the next race in the season. You know, I feel like this is the tipping point when you finally break through and now you're able to, now you kind of get that pressure taken off of you. What's going to be the key to get to the rest of the season and maybe get on some more podiums or maybe even park it again?
For sure would be consistency, especially in this league. Everybody's so good. I've had a lot of good runs, not great finishes, whether that's mistakes by me or getting caught up in something, right? You know, everybody has their story why, right? But I feel like we have the speed, great teammates to work with. I mean, having Zach and Evan and Nate, it's awesome. John as well, who's not here because his wheel took a dump on him and he's got another one coming on Monday. You know, I wish that he was here. John Ross. So teammates and just consistency, man.
Absolutely. But before we get you out of here, is there anybody that you'd want to thank to help get you here tonight?
Absolutely, it would be my teammates. I mean, my girlfriend for letting me race tonight. I told her that I'd say that if I won. So, but for sure. And thank you guys for the broadcast.
Awesome. Well, John, congratulations for that win, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you later.
Well, Shane, there's only one thing left to do, and that's to go over the final results here tonight, as John McNeil will park it in victory lane, while John Hamby will park it in P2, up 32 spots. Nathan Brzozowski will round out your podium. Ryan Petty will finish fourth. Travis Gilbert will get another top 5 finish, while Adam Ball will finish 6th. 7th to go to EVC, Ethan Rancali. Jacob Gladulich will finish 8th. 9th to go to Anthony Teseo. Rounding out your top 10 will be Charles Woods. Sean Purcell will finish 11th. Brad Delts will park it in P12, while Kyle Purcell will finish 13th. 14th to go to Steve Tuck. Jeff Dillon will go to 15th. Finishing 16th will be Hanover Fist, while the 00 car of Mr. Myers will finish 17th. 18th to go to Charles Woods, or Charlie Widener rather, while 19th will go to Brian Smith. Zachary King will finish 20th, while Nathan Finnegan, a strong runner here early on, will finish 21st. 22nd will go to Cody Neal, while Kyle Diaz will finish 23rd. 24th to go to The Rock is Zach Lockett, while finishing 25th will be Braxton DeWeese. Cody Eldridge will finish 26th. 27th to go to Michael Taylor, while Bentley Glazer will finish right where he started there in 28th. Michael Jennings will finish 29th. 30th to go to Chris Camburn. Evan Patinko will finish 31st, while Kevin Gunther will finish 32nd. Brock Hersey will finish 33rd. 34th will be Robert Balloon. Charles Van Schaik will finish 35th. Patrick Colby will finish 36th. And winning the race of the beer stand tonight, it's not a race you want to win, but someone's got to win it, will be Waylon Turner.
And that's going to wrap it up for us here at the Talladega 300 with the Icon Cup Series. Alan, any final thoughts?
Man, this race had everything we wanted and more. But, you know, I am we're going to get out of here and get to the next one.
Yes, sir. Always love to cap off the weekend with the Icon Cup Series here on Sunday night with Sim Racing Media. We hope to see you again next week. Have a good night.